Shalom, my brothers and sisters out there, coming live from you, from down here in Raleigh, North Carolina. I go by the name of Chief Red Bear of the newfound Cherokee Nation. Then I'm going to start right here out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Today's reading is going to be with the us and the we of the Genesis Bible. Now, it's a lot of false doctrine going around, which they're claiming that the us and the we that's in Genesis 1:26 is supposed to be Jesus Christ or other entities and idols and gods that they try to place inside the service of the Most High, who is a jealous God, bear in mind. With that being said, shalom to everyone. This is not a direct insult per se. And once again, it's not coming from Chief Red Bear. This is coming from thus saith the Lord. Now, in Genesis chapter 1:26, it says, "And Haya said, Let us make man in our image after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowls of the air, and over the cattle, and over earth, and over every creepy thing that creepeth upon earth." So, now, with this us part, people are saying that this is supposed to be JC, or the Christ, or the Messiah, and all this stuff. Okay, now, let's go to chapter 1 of the book. Now, it says, "In the beginning, God created heavens and the earth." Now, our Creator is a spirit. And heaven and earth were the first two witnesses to this magnificent creation story. And I'm gonna show you scripture to back that up. So you have two spirits there already with Haya, which is heavens and the earth, because they was created. And he's a spirit, so they was created in spirit, and then they took physical form, just like all of the creations that he did took physical form. But everything is spirit. And he said it was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face now, of the deep. And the Spirit of the Most High moved upon the face of the waters. So now you got three spirits, because water is a spirit and it has a face to let us know that it is a spirit. And Haya said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Now you have four spirits. And Haya saw the light, that it was good, and Haya divided the light from the darkness. So now you got darkness in there. And Haya called the light day. Gave it a name. So this spirit has a name. And called the dark and darkness he called night. So night has a name. Okay, and the evening and the first day was there. So now you got five spirits right there. Come on, walk with me now. And Haya said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And Haya made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament, and from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And Haya called the firmament heaven. So now you got another spirit. You see what I'm saying? He gave it a name. You don't name something that's not there. You don't name something that's not physical. You see what I'm saying? When a baby is born in the womb, you give it a name before it even come out. You know, then you already naming the children before they even get out here. Before you put a project down on a piece of paper, you say, "I'm gonna build a Walmart." Walmart already got a name. You don't build something and don't have a name, because it don't have a purpose then. Names give things purpose. Okay. Now, where was we at? Sorry about that. Now, he said, "Let there be waters," and all this right here what I'm saying is, so when he get to the us part, he got earth, he got heaven, he got the waters, he got the sky, he got all these other spirits out here doing this creation. And he's just like any CEO, any king, anybody that got anything that they got in their mind, they want to go build something. He can't do it by himself because he only got two arms. But what man and what Haya has greatly of is a mind to rationalize with things and get things accomplished. So that's why he has spirits made, just so he can do all these great feats. So he called all his spirits together and said, hey, I got another thing I want to put down. I want to make man in the image like all of us, something like all of us. Because he said image, he said I want to look exactly like me. He said he gave you words that let you know somewhat kind of in our image. Image. Okay, so that means that in the image that I created everything in here, I want man to be the same way. Spiritually me and physically me. But we go, no, hold on. I'm going to get back to that. Now, this is not that man, though. This is just a man-made. And he said, everybody, let's chip in and make this man on earth. And we going to give him dominion over all our creation. So water, everything that's in you, all right? You hear what I said? The man going to rule that, okay? So I want you to help me. Give me something out of you to get a man so that everything can submit to him. You see? And he gladly gave it to you. I'm going to give you another synopsis for this. You know the old fairy tale they give us when a baby born and all the fairies come up to the baby and they give it a gift? I'm going to give him, I'm the fairy godmother of flowers. I'm going to give it this right here. And then the other one comes and say, I'm a fairy godmother of blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to give you this same type of thing, same type of ritual, same type of experience. Now, just to further back up my claim of this, let's go to Deuteronomy 4:27. Oh, hold on. Let me make sure I got it right. We got Genesis 2. Now we're gonna go to Deuteronomy 4:27. And hold up, let me get it right. Cause he say, let me get it right. 4:27. Hold on, it might be still in Genesis. Hold up. Oh yeah, yes it is. I'm sorry. Salaki. Hold up. Here you go, right here. And after he finished these things, he say, these are the generations of the heavens and of the earth when they were created. In that they, the Lord, Haya, made the earth and the heavens. You see what I'm saying? So he telling you right then that you know they have generations. Earth and the heavens. Now let's go to Genesis 4. All right. I mean Genesis 2 and 4. I'm sorry. Go to Genesis 2 and 4. He tells you that these are the generations. Now, I'm trying to find it here where he says that heaven and earth is his witness. His witnesses. I thought it was in Deuteronomy 4. I'm going to go back to Deuteronomy 4. It's early in the morning on this pagan holiday. And I just got a good revelation, so I'm just trying to get it together for y'all. That's it. Give y'all some better insight. Because I heard a lot of people be trying to insert, associate people with Haya that's in heaven. And I'm like, you can't do that, you know. Our Lord sits alone on his throne, you know. He's worthy of all praise and power, you know. He don't share that. You know, he's jealous. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to let someone partake in that. All right. And then 26. We're going to go to Deuteronomy 4:26. And I call heaven and earth to witness against you this day. See? Heaven and earth is his witnesses. Them are his two witnesses, because they were the first two that was here when he foundated this. You know what I'm saying? Them are his two witnesses. You know, it ain't no man. You know what I'm saying? It's the spirit of earth and it's the spirit of heaven. Them are the first two that came here. There's several more that you'll find in here where he calls earth as his witness. You know what I'm saying? And heaven as his witnesses. So when you ask, let us, because earth made Adam, you see, he made a mankind, because he already told you it was a mankind, because he said it was in the image and the likeness. So that man that was formed there ain't the same man that's formed when he make a garden. You know what I'm saying? Because he said every planet, because the Lord had not made, because the Lord has not, because it has not rained upon the earth, if there was not a man to till the ground. But see, you just said in 126 that he created man and earth and gave him dominion over everything. You see, it's not a contradiction. You see, and this is for edification. See, there's a thing called mankind. Now, my Israelite brothers and sisters out there, we are the only thing that matters is the Israelites, or what you call the Israelite. It's really Yasharite. The Yasharites the only thing that matter. The 12 tribes of the Yasharites, the uprights, you know what I'm saying, the righteous ones, those are the only man that's on this planet. Gentiles are mankind. You see, that's what we're not getting. You know, it's only one man, and that's Adam. You know what I'm saying? But you had mankind on this earth too. Now, Lucifer, at the first beginning, when he heard about man being created, that was jealousy. You gotta liken it to, if I'm a CEO of a building, and I come in one day and I say, hey, you know, I need to have a meeting with everybody. And I take y'all in a meeting and I say, hey, look, I'm gonna sit down with y'all and say, hey, look, I got a project I got coming along, right? And I got this guy prepping to take my place. And, you know, I need y'all to all fully cooperate with him. He's a great guy. I mean, I've been sitting with this guy, I've molded this guy. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be great. You know what I'm saying? Bow. It's going to be somebody in that room that's going to feel like they worthy. And they don't feel like that's not fair. They don't put in hard work. They don't work long hours. You know what I'm saying? They don't really gave it all to this company. And then you're going to give it to somebody I don't even know? I don't care. He been around you, man. I've been slaving around. See, that's how Lucifer was formed. And that's his grudge against us. He wanted to exalt himself above the Most High. How can you accomplish that? I give you one solid, fact, proven reason. Create a son. Create something in the image, in the likeness. And Lucifer is also swiftly smart. But Haya is the smartest of them all. See, he gave himself the image and the likeness of the Creator, and we allow him to do it. See, that's why you don't supposed to associate nothing with him. Now, for those that may have a problem with this, I understand, because Israel has always been hard-headed. So I don't care. I read history pretty good myself. To give you my credentials, I have no scholarly credentials. I have no PhD. I did graduate from stupid 12 years a slave. I have some college, but for the main part, my educator has been the Most High, or who you call the Most High, which the name is really Haya or Haya, depends on what geographical location you is over here in America. And I do want to clarify a couple of things. Yes, you are from America for the most part, some form of fashion. You have been told a lie to believe that you're from Africa or from the Middle East. Nothing but sin is on that side of the world. Y'all don't read too well because Job is you, Israel, at the beginning. Job is the oldest book in the Bible. And Job represent before there was Israelite, God's creation, Adam. And he was hedged amongst the heathens on the other side of the continent before he ripped it apart. He was hedged. Hedge did protect Job. And the three people that you see coming in to meet Haya, to ask permission to go, notice he said, and Satan was with him, but he didn't never tell you who the first three were. The first three is the same last three that's supposed to be his friend, his neighbors, other countries on the other side. Mainly, the Hamites, Japhites, stuff like that. But nonetheless, Job is the story of Israel's, before it was called Israel, that he was hedged off. That's how America was hedged off. And he ripped and split it in half, and that's why you have the Atlantic Ocean in the middle. But he made it impassable for them for a time. So they couldn't get over because the water was treacherous. So, but that's neither here nor there. Shout out to Dan Calloway, brother. For you not to have a very religious viewpoint into your documentaries, man, you're doing an excellent job. I love the fact that you don't have that. To me, it makes it more. You're being so liberal, balanced on it that it makes the work even great because see then someone could grab it and they can add their salt and their pepper and their onions and stuff to it, And I appreciate you that you're not carrying that stance on like being too religious because it don't make you biased at all. Your information is straightforward, it's factual. I like it. It engages people to think, and that's all we need to do, brother. And I take my hat off to you. You too, use another person, and I like the fact that you do put the biblical aspects of yours, and that's good that you do that because it ties it in and it makes perfect sense. And Lex Will, he's a good guy. He's kind of spontaneous, but I understand when you got that spirit of the Most High in you. Your creator has a sense of humor. He's very, very wrathful. He gets mad. He gets angry. He don't like disrespect. He do not like to see, us in a state of just like we are now, man. And I understand why he goes through those different emotions. And my hat's off to him because he puts in a lot of work too, man. And you educating a lot of brothers too, man. I just really wanted to make this video to really commend you brothers too on this, But, the two witnesses is heaven and earth. That's Hayes' two witnesses. And he always calls them to witness because you got to understand your blood when you die, when you die and when you bleed, you come to the ground, you come to earth. You see, it receives you. Why not be a witness to the Most High? Whoever witness is going to be. But the two that started it all off. You know what I'm saying? The heavens and the earth. You know what I'm saying? So we know who our two witnesses now, brothers and sisters. So, I just like to give, glory to the Most High because, he's fulfilling these prophecies, man. It's just like, wow, his words are true. So, it just makes me want to get more closer to him, and be real. And now, I'm being outcast right now, I'm like, Raleigh, North Carolina is kind of like, it's under some type of spell, I could say. And I know why. I'm starting to realize who I really am. And that comes from people like, our people like to worship idols. And I don't want to get too far off in this. and I don't want to sound too like, but it's something that has to be dealt with. You know, my people love to deal with idols, and they love to have it both ways. They love to, worship with their mouth and then go and do other stuff that's contrary. Now, not to drop too far off topic, there are other entities, and Haya has entities ruling over different nations because we're all not the same nation. So it's just like the Ishmaelites. The Ishmaelites have an angel or something that they pray to. Allah is not the Most High. You see what I'm saying? Buddha is not the Most High. God is not the Most High. That God is a type. Your Creator gave you a name, and that name is in Exodus 3:14, and it's supposed to be a memorial for us. They try to hide this name, man. They try to hide this name. If you saying that word Jehovah, if you saying Yahweh, all that root word is Haya. Haya is the root word of all these letters. And Hasid or Hashim is what they say, because they'll say the name. They don't want to say the name because it has power. But his name is Haya. I am that I am. And the reason why they translate the I am, because you got to understand, your Creator is past, present, and future. And he's not a dead God. That's why he said, I am a true and living God, because I am is a verb. It's an action word. It's moving like he moves. I am the first and the last. You see what I'm saying? I am here, I was there, and I'm gonna be. You see what I'm saying? Go look at the defining words to I am, and watch you get will be, coming to be, was, and then still going to be, moving. It's all words that's moving, because he's a living God. And see, other gods are dead. That's why he always say they have no mouth, because where's their books? You see what I'm saying? Who did they tell to write a book? Or is it just man just making up something, then creating something off the ground? My book lasts centuries. Since the foundation of man, my book has been here. See? Y'all don't understand it. See, it's a difference between knowing the Creator and having him give you understanding. See, that's the difference. There's a lot of people out here that know about or somewhere around and about, but he's the only one that can give you understanding. You can't go by this. You can't go to school for this. It's something that he has to give you, and he has to start you from the beginning, because we're in a movie. Yes, we are. And he is the director, the producer, the writer, the everything you want to know about this movie that it takes to make a full-scale production movie. He is the author of it, per se. He does it all. The only thing y'all doing is y'all extras. Filling in time and space. That's it. That's it. There's no such thing as free will. You either do it or don't. Choice is yours. With that, I will come back later on. But shout out to my brothers and sisters out there on this pagan holiday. Don't get caught up in it. Be not like the heathen. The Old Testament is the truth. Get off that Marcion, Sanat bull crap. Thinking that the God of the Old Testament is a piece of junk, so he created his own God with a son. Don't get like Marcion. He's the son of redemption, man. It's Marcion, y'all. That's Marcion liquor that everybody drinking. The 7 churches was Marcion. He stayed in Sinop. Sinop is Asia Minor. Come on, man. That's who we was talking against, man. He was telling people to be homosexuals and women, you know what I'm saying? Let, women preach and all that type of stuff, man. Everything that you read in them letters, it was Marcion. It's Marcion and Sinop. With that being said, shalom, shalom. Peace and blessings. I love y'all brothers and sisters out there. The two witnesses is earth and the heaven. And that's the us and the we. That's in the first chapter of Genesis 1:26. Shalom.